Hello student, welcome to the second part of System Life Cycle, Chapter 7 IGCSE ICT. In first part we have seen what is System Life Cycle, what are the different stages involved in the System Life Cycle. It's actually to upgrade your system or to create the new system life cycle stages are involved. There are several stages like analysis, designing, testing, implementation and all. We'll see all these stages one by one. So the first stage was analysis. As earlier I have described in the part 1, like analysis is nothing but the fact finding or the data collection, that if you are upgrading a system, what kind of upgradation you require and what are the requirement for the new system if you are going for the new one. So there are different ways to do the analysis, as in questionnaires, interviews, observing people using the current system, and the documentation of the current system. These are the total 4 stage parts, or you can say the techniques or methods involved in the system analyzing. That is the first part. So this is how you can grab the data for your system. First part or the method is questionnaires. So let's go and see how it's work. Questionnaires are can be written or can be computerized. Like in questionnaires, it will be prepared questions are given to the user. For the system, they are left with the user to complete. So user have to complete the questionnaires for the current system. They have to give the answer of certain questions. So questionnaires usually focus on more simple question and are completed by ticking or by the circling the option. You see, you can't ask the detailed question, but you can ask the small question like your system is working properly or not, where is the fault, how do you rate your system, etc. The questionnaire will contain questions that are designed to extract useful information about the current system or the new one. So for the example given here, like, is the current system easy to use, yes or no? Does the current system freeze or crash, and if it is, then when and how? How fast does the current system handle the task? Is it slow, is it fast, or is it very fast? So this is how you will come to the conclusion at the end of the questionnaire, like your system is fast or not, by several examples. So questionnaires, as I told you, are quick way to gathering the basic information, but if you want the detailed information, this is not right method. So it can be computerized or it can be paper based. So let's see the advantages and disadvantages of questionnaire technique or method. Advantages are it can be answered quickly. Answer can be more honest, because sometimes you can't speak anything, but if I tell you to write down that thing, you will write it down without any hesitation. So obviously it's more honest. It's a cheap method, like you don't have to do a lot of thing, or you just have the piece of paper and you just need the printout on that. And you can also use the OMR, which is the easy-let one. So it will analyze automatically and quicker also. So because of the OMR or optical mark reader, you will get your answer quickly. But the disadvantages are people often do not complete or return the questionnaire. That is the main problem. If we have a 20 person in a company, if I distribute the questionnaire and ask them to fill up the form and return, 90% will return, but there are someone who are lazy to write down, so they'll not fill or they'll not return. And some question can be not cleared in questionnaire, because in questionnaire you can ask short type of question. Long question can be not cleared in questionnaires. And sometimes what you have written in questionnaire, people may misunderstand it. Like if you are asking something else, but that question has been misunderstood by the people, so the output or the input would be wrong. So, and it's very hard to ask technical or specific question, because questionnaire you can create would be common for all. You cannot give the individual questionnaire that what teachers are feeling about system and what principal is feeling about system and what students are feeling about the system. All views are not same, right? Because all are using the different kind of system. So that way, it's difficult to segregate the questions. So, to uh, cover the disadvantage of questionnaire technique, there is another technique or method which is interviews. Interviews take place face to face and usually involve more detailed question. The interviewer talk to people at various level of the business, and the question will be according to that, right? If they are asking to student, the question should be according to student. If they are asking to teacher, it should be according to teacher. Different question might be asked to different employees. For example, a manager or director might be asked question like focus on the exact requirement of the system, and employee might ask question about the current system, how it is, and what is the problem. So this is little easier method, and you can ask the several question, more than one or more than two, detailed question, technical question, and the interviewer can justify the answer, like they can give the different answer, what they feel, and that can be not in questionnaire, covered in questionnaire, because in questionnaire you can't write anything in detail. So these are the example. So it may be face to face, or it may be online also sometimes, as in you are giving 5 star for any application, you are rating the application. It's a kind of analysis. So जैसे employee will give you the answer, and the examiner will or the interviewer will fill the form, and at the end of that they will come on the conclusion. There are also several disadvantages for this technique. First, we'll see advantages, like question can be explained if they are misunderstood. More complex question can be asked for the detailed finding. Question can be changed to suit the is being interviewed by, like it is type of employee, according to type of employee. And you will get the full set of data, as the person being interviewed has no choice but to answer all questions. Yes, in questionnaire sometimes it may happen that you will leave them some question, but if there is face-to-face interview, you have to answer the question. Disadvantages are interviews take far longer to complete than questionnaires. Of course, questionnaire can be done easily in a moment, but interview may take long time, because they have to go one by one to each employee and take the interview. It is expensive because the person is interviewed needs to be taken away from their work, of course. So when they are interviewed, they have to leave the work. Answer may not be honest, because as I told you, when you are face to face, to be good, you will not answer the correct always. So that's why these three are the disadvantages of interview. The next is observation. So in this technique or in this method, the analyst will not involved, but it will just he will just observe that's how system is going on. So this is where the system analyst sits and watch someone using the current system. By watching the current system being used, the analyst can log or make the notes about the different facts, like for example, how it's inputting and process and output, is it fast, slow, and how it's going on. Is the system do well, is it crashing somewhere, it is giving certain errors or what, and if there is any error, how the system can resolve it. So this is the observation. So here employee will be not ask anything, they don't have to fill any form, they have to just work on that. But when you are working and someone is watching you, you will become little conscious. So that is the main disadvantage. So here is the example. The system analysis watching an employee working on the system. Advantage is analyst can see exactly what the current system does well and not so well. and it's not expensive at all. But only one disadvantage, as I told you, when someone is watching you, you'll become uncomfortable and you'll make some mistake. Now the fourth and the last method is seeing the current system documentation. As I told you, when you create the system, you have to do certain kind of documentation. It will involve the technical instruction as well as user manuals, like how this system is going through and how it is working on. So you can see those documentation and also do the analyze. This involves looking at paperwork for the current system. The paperwork will contain information needed to implement the new system. And paperwork can be include like list of stock items will be stored in the new system, employee pay scale, technical documentation for the current system. And technical documentation can explain exactly how the current system has been built. So then you will get the exact idea. The system analyst will get exact idea that where they have to do the correction. This helps developer to implement good features of the old system into the new one. So it's not always required that you have to completely upgrade the system. There are several good features also on the system that you cannot change and you can re-implement again into the new one. So these are the examples. You can either see the documentation on the system, but the problem is there is lot of paperwork that you have to go through. Advantages can be it will save your time in the sense you don't have to go to each and every employee, you don't have to give questionnaires, but as well as it's time consuming because you have to go through the lot many documents. So that is the advantage as well as disadvantage. Advantage in the sense of you don't have to go to each and every employee or each and every person on the company, but directly looking into the documentation. But the same thing is disadvantage because it will be time consuming. Can see existing input, processing and output, allow the analyst to predict the size of the system needed by looking at the almost data and will require to handle. So you will get rough idea about what kind of technical requirements are there, what kind of system size, what kind of data size is there. That these are the advantages, but the disadvantages, it's very expensive and analyst will need to be paid for time spent looking at the document. Time could be wasted if existing documentation is not relevant to the system. So these are the disadvantage of current looking for the documentation for analysis. So as we see, as we have seen that there are several techniques to do the analysis, but at the end of the day you can use the several techniques and combination of all. So system analysis will use all or sometimes depends on the requirement, and then come on the conclusion that what kind of updation or requirement is there, and then it will become the input of the next stage, that is design. But before going into design, that you have to keep in mind the specific requirements. That is, in addition to addressing existing problem, it is essential to identify the requirements of each type of user for the new system so that these requirements may be designed into new system. Requirement specification is the analyst collect data about the existing system and its problem. A list will be forming of what will be necessary in the solution. That list is the requirement specification and will include what the organization wants the system to do. Details about the storage requirement, information about the desired hardware and software. So this is where you can say to your organization that these are the requirement, these are the updation you need to do, and for that these are the requirements. The requirement specification lists the things that after conclusion the organization has decided to successfully implement the new system, and the analyst has agreed that this is what they want to deliver. This agreement is exactly important in both parties, and agreement must be clear in what to be expected. It is going to provide the rules around which the final evaluation will be carried out. Once the requirement specification is agreed, it leads to the next stage, that is designing. So before going into designing, the analyst have to produce the requirement list that your system has this problem and it requires this, and the solution is this, and for this solution you need to upgrade your system, you need this kind of technical specification, and it will involve so and so amount of money. So both organization and system analyst has to agree on that, and then only the designing part will start. So that's it for now. The first stage of system analysis, that is analysis, will complete here. It's complete here, and now we'll move ahead with the second stage, that's the designing part, and that I will cover in part 3. So thank you very much.